So the question is, what was your first reaction to that? Do you have any negative thoughts about it? So the whole comment is about me. She may sound a bit arrogant and mean, but the reality is different. As per my knowledge, Russians are not into smiles and nice talks with people. They don't know. So we're not nice with people we don't know. True. I agree. What was your first reaction to that?
Well, I'm relentless. I'm a relentless social person when I like someone and I want to get to know them. So with BB, it didn't take very long, did it? I don't like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
10 minutes. Because so she was with her ex-husband's mom.
Right.
And they were at this like coffee bakery place.
Yeah.
And I'm like walking by and I see them and I'm like, this woman is absolutely beautiful. But she's like almost unapproachable, right? Like that's how she acts. I think that like the Russians that I've met are like that, where you have to have a reason to approach them. And then when you do talk to them, you better have some interesting shit to say, or else they will make you feel like shit and they will just like walk away from you. And they'll be like, that was stupid. And then fucking walk away. And it's like, okay. You know, so like when I saw them both sitting, and she's Russian, the mother-in-law, and she's hardcore Russian.
Yeah.
Like super hardcore Russian. And she doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
So, but her and I got along really well because I dropped my phone one time.
Yes.
I was walking home from work in Cambodia, and BB's son went to my school before I was a teacher. So then he moved on to this other school, and then I started teaching at the school he was at previously. But they're really close to each other. So I'm walking home, and somehow my phone falls out, and next thing I know, like, I don't know, maybe like a mile down the road or a kilometer down the road, somebody pats me on the back and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's her, it's the ex-mother-in-law. And she's like, and like hands me the, and like, it's funny, like she smiles though, and it's like still an aggressive smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my smile's like, hey, and like her smile's like, hey, like angry, you know? And I'm like, okay, thanks. And I'm like, oh, they're the best, awesome. And then, so ever since then, we started kind of like, I was able to talk to her, and like we would have our just random conversations where like, kind of like I do with the Khmer people, like I would like point at something, and then we would both laugh, and like that was the extent of our conversation, but we had interaction. And so anyway, so they're both sitting there at the coffee shop, and I like walk in, and I'm like, start talking to her because I want to talk to BB.
Yeah.
So I start talking to her, and she's like looking at me, and I think it's just my mannerisms that she just smiles at. And then she goes to BB like, da 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 da, and then BB's like, how, you know, dum 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 dum. That's my Russian, right? Like I don't know how to, and then.
Yeah.
And then so like I'm just doing this shit back and forth, and then she would laugh, and then BB would like look at me and then be like, and then like go back to her again. And then I'm like, I think it's going well for me. I don't know. And then, so then like finally I was able to like gear the conversation to BB, and you gotta know BB though. Like she's just kind of sitting there and she's crossed off. Right? And she's just kind of like staring at me. And then I would say something, and then I would just do my thing, like my thing, right? And I think I just got your number, right? Or I asked you to dinner or something.
No.
What happened? Nothing? This happened a couple of times before I did anything.
Yeah. You didn't ask my number.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, you don't do that in the first couple times you see somebody.
No. We're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you became friends with my ex-mother-in-law on Facebook.
She got jealous. Why are you jealous of that?
What?
Why are you jealous that you're like, pfft.
No, I'm just trying to remember now.
Yeah,
We started to talk on Facebook.
Yeah, because she's funny.
Yeah.
And then you and I started talking on Facebook.
Yes.
And then I was like, let's go to dinner
Yes.
and a movie.
Yeah.
And that's when you took me to fucking Frozen as a sarcastic joke.
Yes. But it was the second time. The first time you brought me to the steakhouse.
And you were like, you want burger?
Yes, that was the first time.
Yeah.
Like, you want burger?
She's like, all Americans just eat burgers. So yeah, it was really hard because it's not like approaching a American woman, right? Like it's totally different. So my approach had to be way different, but she didn't scare me off. I'm not a fear-filled man, so I don't I continued on. But yeah, I could see why like a lot of men, especially Western men, would like see a Russian woman and be like, holy shit, she's elegant and she looks mean.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And like I was like, she's elegant, she looks mean, but fuck that shit, she can be mean to me. You know, like so.
That's a good thing that you became friends with my ex-mom-in-law first.
Which is really weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is how it happened. Why not? We can talk about it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Why not? So yeah, no, I don't. It threw me off a little bit, but in the end, no big deal.